Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Nipa TV show. I'm your host, Nipa TV. That's me. And we are going to be commentating, astating, and observing. The game's already over? What? Okay. Well, Leon says GG anyways, but let's get to it. So this is StarCraft Brood War, and we are going to see a PvZ between two random players. I'm pretty sure these are just some random people that are laddering. We have Leon as the blue Protoss at the top right of the map, or top left of the map, my mistake. And the map is Fighting Spirit, and I did check this time. It is Fighting Spirit. And then we got Live4TheSwarm. Edgy name, dude. The Red Zerg at the bottom right. Guy listens to Linkin Park on the regular, for sure. I'm just kidding. No. We shall see. I actually do not know what skill level these players are. I just picked the top replay, or the first replay that I saw on the Brood War Replays website. But we'll see what happens. We do see from Leon a pylon at the choke. And it looks like he will probably do that standard Forge Fast Expand that we do see in Brood War. So cool to see. I am a sucker for that kind of build. And there is the Forge. We'll probably see some Stargate action as well, which will be fun to see. Leon is scouting. He does not see his opponent on the top right. He will be making his way towards his opponent eventually. And the Zerg player does not have his expansion at this time, which is really interesting, and he does cancel the extractor. Looks like he did some, I don't know, maybe some indecision. He is going for his extractor now. He does have enough minerals at this time. Probe is going to be quite harassy and really mean towards that drone. But he does but Live4TheSwarm does take it down. I'm just going to call him Swarm for short. Swarm does put down his hatchery. And I'm not sure why he canceled that extractor, but whatever. And I have just on here. Why do I see? Interesting. Yeah, that was kind of weird. I wasn't seeing Leon on any map. I wonder what I did. I'm sure I'll figure it out later. We have a photon cannon going down after the Nexus to give Leon the defensive edge versus his third opponent. Doesn't look like he is going to be doing any super aggressive play. He is getting some Zerglings. He is getting that extractor down. Doesn't have any gas for that metabolic boost. Zerglings are going to try to attack that scouting probe at this time. We do have a gateway going down for Leon at this time. No gas yet, though. Interestingly enough. So you see a third base actually going down for Swarm as well. He will definitely get an economic edge, or I guess even, with his Protoss opponent. Always fun to see. Zerglings are moving out. We do have 6 total. We saw previously, and we do have some more drones morphing out at this time. And Swarm actually almost has enough for metabolic boost. I believe it is still the same in Brood War. It is 100 gas. 100 mineral. Well, I'll see. We do see a cybernetics core in a pretty cool location right next to the simulator, and probably see some probes going into that gas. Pretty. Swarm is he went up to the top right to try to find his opponent. He does not see him, but he will see him pretty soon. This Overlord is catching up to that location. Let's actually see. Will the Zerglings make it there before the Overlord? I think they will. They are definitely faster than that Overlord, because Overlords are pretty dang slow. Zerglings do spot the base, and unfortunately 1 Ling, 2 Lings die, 3 Lings die basically for no reason there. So definitely poor micromanagement at that time, but hey, that's okay. See what happens. Overlord is moving over natural of Leon at this time. And it does shoot a couple, I guess, photons at it. Yeah, sure. Got an Evo chamber at the choke for Swarm. Always fun to see. Here we got some drone action going on. So we actually see a Citadel of a Dune. So we may see some Zealot legs at this time. They have an idle drone right here, hilariously enough. But yeah, no, charge lots are really good. As we all know, that charge lots don't have that charge ability, but they do have movement speed, which is actually pretty crazy how fast Zealots are. They move super wicked fast. They are on NOS. Target's coming out as well, so we'll probably see some Corsairs, some pretty standard PvZ action going on right now. You have some good saturation going, or saturation starting to get there for Swarm at his third base. We actually see a Hydra Den, so we will see those standard lurkers, and we see another hatchery going down to try to get more units churned out, drones churned out, just to further improve Swarm's macro at this time. I do like this. Swarm is putting a Zergling on the bridge to try to detect what Leon's going to do. Unfortunately, Zergling is going to die. It does see that Zealot, so doesn't see the other 4 Zealots over here. That could be definitely an indicator of some kind of attack. Swarm did move up a little bit, but he is preoccupied with macroing other things. We got this ability coming out. What is that again? Oh, it doesn't say. I think that's Hydralisk movement speed off of Creep, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure, or just in general. Again, I am not a Brood War expert at all. I am still learning. That's okay. Zerglings over here. Nothing really going on at this time. I think that's +1 being produced at the Forge. And the Corsair does, first Corsair does come out. It's going to kill this Stray Overlord at this time. And that'll give Swarm the knowledge to put down some spore colonies. All different. It's different. Actually, supply block Swarm, that Overlord that did just die. Corsair is moving to the right side of the map, and we do see a third base going down for Leon at this time. The decision. Both players are basically sitting put, just playing, the long haul macro game at this time. You see a pylon going down as well. Yep, that is +1 attack at the Forge, as mentioned earlier. Zealots should be very fast. We actually see the Dragoon range upgrade being researched at this time. Get Dragoon out. Oh, it doesn't display the movement. Oh, darn. What a drag. We do have some Hydralisks, and we do have, I think this is the Lurker ability, if I'm not mistaken. In general, to morph into lurkers. I could be wrong about that. And yeah, we actually have a Templar Archives coming out, so Leon is definitely attacking at this time, trying to get some fancy schmancy High Templar to do some Mega 6 storms. We have a pretty cool wall off here for Leon. I'm not sure if it's technically complete, but I don't think it'll matter because 3 cannons will definitely thwart any attack that tries to go up that ramp, unless it's, obviously too overwhelming. But no, that is a good position for sure to have. And we have a Corsair moving out. Hydralisks are not focused running the Corsair at this time, but it doesn't matter. The Corsair is going to get out of there, not commit too much to the Overlord there. Looks like, so this Hydra Den is pulsating, but I thought it was researching something. I don't think it is, though. Evo Chamber is definitely producing the Carapace upgrade. Seems like Carapace is the way to go for sure. And we do see some Hydralisks moving out, and look how fast they are off creep. My goodness, they are freaking zany, dude. They are just zooming. My goodness. Corsair is finding another Overlord, and the Overlords do have speed at this time. Will Leon see this Hydralisk force? Let's hope that Swarm doesn't reveal, and he does reveal the Corsair, reveal himself to Leon. That'll give Leon a heads up that there is an attack coming. He has a decent amount of Zealots. He's got 2 Dragoons. Let's see if he holds here. That is just a huge amount of Hydralisks. That is definitely at least 12, and some Zealots, or some Zerglings as well. Zealots are forced to pull back. Photon Cannon is aiding with the forces. Photon Cannon does go down. That Needle Spines. Okay, so he was getting damage. Some kind of damage upgrade. Or is that the... whatever. Doesn't matter. He's got more damage on those Hydras. and the only thing that's left for Leon is the 2 Dragoons. And this isn't looking so great for Leon. I think he is probably about to die here, but we'll see if he just stays on. He still has a decent amount of minerals and gas. Economy is still pretty decent. He has this 3rd base as well, but Swarm is doing quite a bit of damage. He destroyed the forge, or no, so he's destroying the forge here. He destroyed something else here. Probably gonna take care of the gateway as well. 2 photon cannons. Oh yeah, this photon cannon is actually unpowered, so that pylon did go down. Delts are moving in one by one, proven not to be so effective versus that many Hydralisks. At this point, I believe Leon is going to sack his natural at this time. He does have a High Templar. Let's see if he gets a nice storm. It's a pretty good storm. Kills some of the Hydras, but I think simply Leon just needs more forces. He's pulling his probes back to the main, and he is sending in his forces one at a time. I really feel like he should be trying to mass up more of a formidable force versus this many Hydras. There are quite a bit of Hydralisks. And they are all moving up, so they can. Yeah, natural does go down. Does this Templar have enough energy for storming? It does. Probably could have been better placed, but does kill some of the Hydras. And the High Templar does go down. And once these Hydras go up the ramp, that will not be looking good for Leon for sure. An immense amount of Hydra force, and I think he's just churning out. No, he's not even producing anymore. This is simply too many Hydras, and more are on the way. The Zealots are being taken out, and Leon just flat out leaves the game. Very interesting game, very, very one-sided. But you know, Leon tried his best. I feel like I wish he didn't push out here versus that many Hydras. If he pulled back to his photon cannon for defense, it would have been a lot better. Or even Leon doing some kind of a counterattack at the outlier basis of the Zerg. That would have been pretty cool to see. And I am no expert at Brood War. This is just what I think would be beneficial, but it's not necessarily the correct thing. Who knows, man? Whatever happens. But definitely, objectively speaking, Swarm had a crap ton of Hydralisks, and I think he just quite simply just out-macroed Leon at that time. So anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.